kofeena कॉफ़ी रिफ्रेशिंग टेस्ट ऑफ कॉफ़ी उनकी ओर से आज कॉफ़ी विद एसएन में हमारे खास मेहमान अ वेरी स्पेशल पर्सन जिनको हम लाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे इतने दिनों से एंड फाइनली आई डिड मैनेज टू गेट हिम इज़ नो अदर देन अ बिग ब्रांड अ बिग पर्सनैलिटी मिस्टर संजीव मुदलियार. It's good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Good morning, SN, and a very, very good morning to जितने लोग देख रहे हैं kofeena coffee with SN. It's a pleasure to be here, SN, and I must congratulate you on this wonderful program. So innovative and changing with the times.
Thank you.
That's all I can say.
Thank you. I take it as a compliment. But you know how the program runs. Actually, हम लोग बहुत सारी बातें करते हैं आपके पर्सनैलिटी के बारे में, आपके बिजनेस लाइन के बारे में, आपके काम को लेकर, आपके मतलब सफ़र को लेकर. ये जो जर्नी आपका था अभी तक टिल टुडे, थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करो. हाउ वाज इट? अच्छा रहा, अप्स एंड डाउन्स रहा वहाँ?
Satya, SN, I'm born in Suva. I'm a Suva boy. I'm a Howell Road boy. Grew up around the temple on Howell Road. But you know, my journey as a business person started in Fiji in 2000 when I joined, home centers.
Okay.
And then from home centers to courts, and then obviously to MH Homemaker. Then obviously I moved to Home and Living, and now I must say that it is with pleasure that I announce that I have joined a very traditional, long-time company in Fiji, and that is Narahari Panasonic as their business consultant. And over the last 22, 23 years, there's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but more ups than downs.
Are you positive about whatever has happened? I mean, जो भी चीज़ें होती रही हैं, उसके लिए पॉजिटिविटी आया या फिर कभी-कभी सोच रहे थे कहाँ से लाइन में आ गए, or something like that?
नहीं यार, I think positive ही होना चाहिए. Actually, when I came to Fiji in 2000, things were not good, but I had a positive attitude to say that. And one thing my mum said to me in 2000, कि Sanjeev, what about all the other people in Fiji? Unka kya hoga? That was probably a motivating factor for me. So I always take things as a challenge. All my previous roles was challenges, and this role with Narahari Panasonic is definitely a good challenge because Narahari Panasonic is 70 years plus old in Fiji. They've been providing Fijians, Indians, Islam Bhais, everyone great service over the years. And I just thought it was great to join a very well-reputed company, but also with my skills, etc. I think it's a great challenge for the future.
And big congratulations from my side and from my company, of course, CFL.
Thank you.
For the job you have taken. How does your day begin? I mean, normally, जो process होता, we have our own. Everybody has got their own way of looking things. Some people wake up late, some are early, some people already into their whole structure, earlier part of the day. How does your day?
अगर ये क्वेश्चन आप मुझे 20 साल पहले बोलते हैं या पूछते तो मैं कहता कि I was up at 5 and 6 o'clock I was out walking and I was doing all this sort of stuff. But look, I have to look after my health. That's very important. But my day starts probably around about 6:30 in the morning. I get up, I normally try to listen to the news. Obviously, I listen to the morning show on Naftarang. And even when I was in Sydney, I can see two people very active on.
We have to be because we knew very well you were watching.
आपका जो side partner है उसका हिंदी बहुत अच्छा है और so I start with that.
I'm gonna mention it.
That's right. And but then after that I'm normally in the office by 8:30 or so. I don't get to the office 7:30, 8 o'clock. I go 8:30 and I finish my day. And then I like to always go for a walk in the afternoon. In my younger days, I played a lot of soccer. Played quite competitive soccer even in Australia and Sydney. I played good squash even from my school days at Maristai. Abhi to thoda now over 50 club में it gets a little bit difficult, but my day is quite planned, and I always like to finish off the day by.
What is that motivation जो आपको क्या है?
I like to get things done. I don't like things to be dragged on. If there's a task to be done, let's get it done. Because if you wait, someone else will do it. So you move on. You try, you plan, there's a timeline and there's a level of responsibility.
Okay.
Then you move on.
kofeena coffee, the refreshing taste of coffee. उनकी ओर से कॉफ़ी विद एसएन में मिस्टर संजीव मुदलियार आज हमारे खास मेहमान, द कंसल्टेंट, नारहरी इलेक्ट्रिकल के नए कंसल्टेंट हैं. ये जो मतलब लोगों से मिलना जुलना आपका डेली रूटीन हो गया है, यू मीट सो मेनी डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ पीपल, ऐसे मतलब यू मस्ट हैव मेट सम वेरी ओल्ड पीपल टू, हाउ डू यू मैनेज दैट?
देखो, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जब आप पब्लिक फिगर होते हैं, या स्पेशली इन रिटेल, मेरा सोचना है रिटेल इज डिटेल, राइट? और विदाउट कस्टमर्स यू डोंट हैव रिटेल, राइट? तो ओवर द लास्ट 20-23 years फीजी में अगर आप रिटेल देखेंगे, हमारा जो कस्टमर्स है, आवर कस्टमर्स आर द मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल पीपल. Without them, we don't have a business. Some people are very demanding. Some people have issues. Some people have problems. But you know, as a retailer, you have to listen and you have to come up with solutions with them. Give them what they need. And for me, the most satisfying thing is even the most difficult customer. I sit back, I listen. But at the end of the day, if I can deliver something to that person's house where it improves their lifestyle, puts a smile to their face, put a smile to their family's face, whether it's a television or a lounge or whatever the case may be. You know, they might be, you know, if I'm looking, some families might not have a dining table, but they bought their first dining table from us. They will be sitting on a dining table, you know. So that brings a smile to people's face, and I also enjoy the satisfaction of that.
थोड़ा सा कॉफी पी लो.
पी लो.
Yeah, just a sip will help you carry you forward.
Yes, sure.
While you are sipping coffee, I have another question. और क्वेश्चन हमारा ये है, what is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength, I would say, is my ability to interact with all levels. If I'm interacting with the managing director, and even in some cases in the past with PMs, ex-PMs, or you know, and also relating to every individual. हमारा कस्टमर मार्केट वेंडर है, हमारा कस्टमर गारमेंट फैक्ट्री वर्कर है, हमारा कस्टमर ऑफिस वर्कर है. You have to relate and connect to people. And if you can relate and connect to people, that makes you not only marketable, but it also gets respect. And the other thing that I always feel is that I've always had this thing, you earn respect. You never demand respect.
So how's your family's support? I mean, matlab, just taking your journey right from Sydney, right from the various companies you have joined, the family support जो family का जो foundation है बहुत strong होना चाहिए. So family support के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताना.
Look, I think first you pay respect to your parents. What a vision my mom and dad had. My mom worked for Bank of Baroda.
Right.
My dad worked for Philips. But in the 80s, they just decided to migrate. Who for? Their children. So first, the family support there. My personal family support with my wife and my two children. So my wife Vinodni, my daughter Ashmita, and my son Akshay.
They must be watching you now.
They will watch, definitely watch. And they know who SN is, and then they listen to Naftaran.
Thank you. Mrs. Ko hello and hi.
Yeah, but I tell you what, without their support, I couldn't be where I am today. You know, in my life, in the last 33 years of marriage, I have moved about 16 times.
That's what I'm saying. कि you have moved from various places, and then family भी कभी-कभी वो क्या होते हैं, थोड़ा वो हो जाते हैं, upset हो जाते हैं, कितना और move करोगे यार?
My family's support and my family's vision and sharing of my vision, they're sharing my vision, has been the greatest support. And I'm not talking कि समम्बुला से तमावा चल गया. I'm talking Sydney to Melbourne, Melbourne to Fiji, फिर Fiji में यहाँ पर, फिर back to Sydney, फिर अभी I was just good, comfortable in Sydney, and then Narahari Panasonic का call आया and Arun से बात हुआ, and then all of a sudden I'm here. So again, I spoke to my family. और अगर उनका support नहीं होता, तो we wouldn't be having this conversation.
यहाँ पर 3 लोगों का नाम मैं आपको दूंगा. I mean, family तो one side है. There are some very well-known personalities around the world.
Yeah.
इनमें है Bill Gates, Tom Cruise, Elon Musk जो है. 3 का नाम हमने choose किया है. Name one thing that you'd like to have, which these people have.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
He never ages.
Okay.
Just see his last movie.
Yeah.
He looked the same in Top Gun 1.
Right.
And he still looks the same. So if I can look as young as he does,
Tom Cruise.
I'll take Tom Cruise. I don't need the wealth. I don't need anything else. Just keep the health and look at the... He's amazing.
wealth is another side.
Wealth is another side.
Right.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's just an amazing guy. Abhi Hali was Sydney aaya tha on the red carpet. It was like watching him 30 years ago. He's still, he's still fit. So I'd take Tom Cruise.
So, टॉम क्रूज तो अपनी जगह पर है and we wish कि सबका लाइफ ऐसा ही चले
Yeah.
and like you I do the same thing but कभी ऐसा वक्त आया कि there was a rumor about you and you were sort of like took you to another level and said oh my god I didn't know about this ऐसा कुछ rumor आपके बारे में
personal था. I was very disappointed. I won't name names, but I worked very hard over the years, and when I left the country, there was a lot of rumors that I had misappropriated funds and things like that. That really hurt me because I gave a lot of effort to build the company up. And when you hear those kind of things, it brings you down. And as a professional, I had to ignore it because when you've done nothing wrong. But that incident happened in Fiji. But I've put it past away, and obviously truth always prevails.
Of course. एक कोई ऐसा हैबिट है जो मतलब एक 18 साल के an 18-year-old person, and you are on the other side. जो उनका हैबिट
You're trying to tell me I'm 80?
18.
Oh, 18.
Yes, 18.
What do I want from that
18-year-old?
Habit.
और उनका कुछ है जो तुम लेना चाहोगे?
यार अभी
I'm not saying why there are times like the other day I was playing with mobile and I thought there was another person and I found it that he is more smarter in comparison to the new technology.
I was just gonna say I would like to have the tech jazz.
Tech jazz.
Right, I'd like to have the tech jazz that the new gen has at the moment. I mean,
at least one thing we have.
That's right. We try to keep up. But the 18-year-old now is far more tech jazz than what we were at 18 years old.
Yes.
Even when the new mobile phone came out, I mean, we were well into our 20s. But I'd like to just understand. And the other thing is, इनका भाषा जो है अभी आधा तो समझ में नहीं आता.
Okay.
Right?
Is it too much mumbling?
Oh man, the words they come up with,
slangs
and all that, and you think, it happens with my daughter and my son. वो जब बात करता है, कभी-कभी I look and I think, क्या बात कर रहा है?
They must be watching you.
But it's true.
It's true.
And I ask them, hey, what's this? Then my daughter will say, oh, pa, it's this.
Yeah.
So
because I do remember, पिताजी से पा हो गया आज, right? माताजी से mom हो गया है. So it's cutting short.
That's right.
Time saving more like हो गया है.
More tech jazz.
More tech jazz. When I sort of do interviews, I have lots of questions. Some of the questions that are more like जो हमारे viewers हैं वो पूछते हैं यार ये लापसी बार पूछ देना, ऐसे बोल देना, वो बोल देना. हमारा प्रोग्राम ही ऐसा जिसमें हंसी मजाक ज़्यादा ही होता है. अब हम कुछ ऐसे सवाल आपसे करने जा रहे हैं जो more to do with the rapid fire रहेगा, जो बहुत ही fast रहेगा. Do you have a nickname? You can still have a sip again if you want.
My nickname has always been Sun. And also at school my nickname was Kuti. No one would know that because I was playing soccer. I was playing soccer. So there was a soccer player called Kuti apparently in Suva, and my school friends used to call me Kuti because I used to play good soccer. But mostly it's Sanj or Sun, but otherwise it's normally Sanjeev.
Because the first time I met you, I looked at you, I heard you, and I said, you must be a really fancy guy, show-off guy, and all those things.
Yeah.
Are you a show-off person?
No, I'm not. Actually,
come on, you can come up.
No, I'm not a show-off guy. Actually, the other name that was associated a lot with me was SM, right? Because of my initials, right? So SM was probably the other name.
It's SM.
I'm not a show-off guy. Look, if someone thinks I'm a show-off, then they must not know me, right? Because as I said, I can relate to all levels.
Okay.
But if someone feels that I'm show-off, then what am I showing off? If I'm doing my job, I'm
That's
paid to
show-off.
do it.
Don't forget, if you are sort of like already on air, already sort of like blasting your voice to the people around the world, to the community and all those things. That's also, I mean, you should be proud of it.
Yeah, but we are getting paid to do that.
I know.
Right. Agar wo nahi kara, to someone else will do it.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of showing off. It's a matter of you doing your job. I mean, and part of your job is to do that. So उसमें कोई बड़ा बात नहीं है।
नहीं, मेरे लिए तो बड़ा बात है कि I do that
Yeah,
times.
but you are SN. You are SN. You know, come on. You can't compare the brand here, right?
There is SN and SN. Now, I have just also came to know about it. I mean, I heard earlier on that you were also very much into the music industry, and you have been singing. How did that thing pop up?
That comes from my parents. My mother was a singer in the very early days in the 60s. My dad was a singer. They used to be in a group called the Ragni Musical Club, and there was a lot of prominent people there, like Uncle Rashid, Jogia, Ratilal. These guys were all very Suva based.
Yes.
So my singing comes from my parents, mostly my parents. But then, you know, bathroom singer hota hai na?
Right.
Bathroom singer hota hai, gunguna lete. Then I think what happened is when I came to Fiji, etc., then I joined the Bad Boys. And Bad Boys was also part of Naftarang those days, early days.
Yes.
So then Charles Wakeham and myself, we had a great combination, stage shows.
Are you still singing?
I am still singing. I'm still singing.
And what sort of music do you sort of like?
I can sing anything from Kishore. I can sing anything to even some latest songs I can sing. Arjit, I find very hard because I don't think my tonal quality is there. But
any rapping songs?
I can.
Yo Honey Sing?
No, I'm not into Honey Sings. But I probably sing a lot of Kishore songs. Like I can't sing Rafi songs. Because I don't think it's suited to my voice. But Kishore songs.
But if you try, you will.
I can. There's a few songs like Gulabi Aake and all these songs. I can sing even Ye Dosti.
We should try one day.
Yeah, we should. So then in 2004, I had this thing, let me try to sing professionally.
Okay.
So I went to India. And I hooked up with a guy by the name of Manish Sharma. So you might just very quickly, Manish Sharma was the son of the guitarist that played the lead in the film Karz.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Usme gana hai.
Right. Yeah. So he played the lead. So Manish was a recording artist. So I recorded 8 songs, and it was called Mud Mix. And gratefully, Mud Mix was launched on Naftarang in 2004 with the late Anirudh Diwakar.
Yes.
So my singing comes from there. A lot of karaoke nowadays, because band becomes a lot more, but karaoke definitely. But singing to always special है और फिर एक आध whiskey जब चल जाता है भीतर तो गाना तो और निकलता है.
Are you a savory person or a sweet person?
I'm a savory person. I'm a savory person. Keep enjoying it. Too much sweet gives you diabetes.
One thing the woman should know about you.
Well, one thing a woman should know about me is that
Could be any woman. I'm talking.
No, what I say, I mean. I don't like to beat around the bush.
If you are stuck in an elevator, who would be the person you'd love to be stuck in that?
I'll probably get yelling from my wife, but I adore Celine Dion.
Oh, okay.
Right? And my favorite song is I'm Alive.
Oh, okay.
So if I was to be stuck in an elevator, I'd have Celine Dion just singing I'm Alive for me full time.
My heart will go on. Have a seat.
I absolutely adore Celine Dion, and her song I'm Alive I have carried for the last 20 years in all my OBs and everything, and I think you started playing it in Naftarang as well.
Yes.
So
of course, kofeena coffee, the refreshing taste of coffee. उनकी ओर से कॉफी विद एसएन में आज हमारे खास मेहमान मिस्टर संजीव मुदलियार. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमारा ये आता है कि would you like to live in a cool country or a tropical country?
That's a hard question, SN, because I have the life of both, having grown up in Australia for 40 odd years, but then having worked in Fiji for 20 odd years.
Okay.
So I still like both. I would say 50-50. For example, I spent some time in Germany working for a company called Cedars. So when I used to go to Germany, it was full winter. And it's fantastic. You dress up, you do up, you walk down the street, it's great. So I'd say 50-50.
Would you love to, Sada, would you rather love or lose love or money?
Lose money.
Depends.
No. I think money comes, money goes.
Money goes.
Yeah.
Love is always there.
Love is always there.
Oh, wow. Your favorite sports team?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
And Parramatta.
And
obviously suva.
Okay.
But now I have to be very careful.
Very careful.
Because I'm a resident of Pacific Harbour.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So I've got to say, I have a soft spot now for Navua.
And if you're given $1 million, what would be the first thing you're going to do with it?
If I was given $1 million, Satya, I would first look at who's in need that is close to me. And if I could share some money with them to get them out of that difficulty or make life better for them, that's definitely. And then obviously,
you can ask me that question.
Yeah, I would spend on myself. Is it? I've always loved houses by waters, right? So I probably invest in something like that, something for my future, for my retirement, etc. But I would definitely share some. Okay. There is a lot of people within families or within friends that are in difficulties, and if you know about it, then I think I'd share some.
तीन ऐसी चीजें,
because don't forget you're giving it to me. Free है.
तीन चीजें, 3 things that you do not leave after, मतलब घर से निकलने के वक्त 3 चीजें आप कभी भूलते नहीं हैं.
3 चीज तो
you must carry it with you.
Yeah, well, obviously mobile.
Yeah.
My wallet.
Yeah.
And in my bag, I have a Ganesha.
Okay.
And that Ganesha is always in my bag. So when I leave home, those three things are always with me.
Give me your favorite moment till today. One of the favorite moment. एक कोई favorite moment.
My favorite moment is 2. And that's the birth of my children.
Okay.
One is Akshay, was born in Sydney. For me and Vinodni, it was a great, and my son Akshay is the eldest in the family. And also my daughter. So my daughter's a Melbourneian. She's born in Melbourne. And so that was also a favorite moment. So I'd say those 2 moments, and apart from the rest of it, I think those are the 2 most favorite moments for me.
Kofeena coffee, the refreshing taste of coffee की ओर से आज हमारे खास मेहमान संजीव मुदलियार. And my final question for this episode. कभी आपने सोचा था कि आप एसएन के साथ ऐसे बैठकर सवाल जवाब करेंगे? कभी आपने सोचा था?
You know, Satya, when I was coming, I knew you were going to ask this question. मुझे मालूम था that you
ever thought that you'd be sitting in front of me?
Actually, I must say that सोचा था, because I knew you were doing it, and I knew कि अभी जब आपने शुरू किया तो I wasn't in the country. But मैंने सोचा था कि जी हाँ, और फिर, as I said to you, I think want to congratulate you on this great program, great initiative, and थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है SM से बात कर रहा है तो it's always good.
And it's my pleasure, actually. I must say I'm very very happy that finally I managed to get you here.
Thank you.
And hope कि हमारे जो listeners हैं, viewers जो हैं, वो ज़रूर इस episode को पसंद करेंगे. Once again, thank you so much for coming, and I wish you all the best with your consultancy job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks to Narahari Panasonic for bringing me back to Fiji, and thanks to Naftarang and yourself for inviting me over.
Right. Kofeena coffee, the refreshing taste of coffee की ओर से आज हमारे खास मेहमान थे मिस्टर संजीव मुदलियार. एक और एपिसोड का इंतजार कीजिएगा. Thank you so much.